So the gods of GeForce Now have allowed me to play Factorio again. I'm not sure what's up with that. Sometimes it just fails at launch. Um, I'm sure I have some pattern behavior that causes that, but I haven't figured which one it is. So, well, we are gonna go back to our Factorio Space Age. How can I call this? Playthrough. A game that at 15-16 hours of play, of game, has yet to show us or beyond the 30% of the content it has. So that's that. Last chapter, we started ingesting this patch of copper. We noticed we had neighbors, which we're gonna get rid of soon. And I was able to start the stone production, concrete production, wall production, brick production, which were not like in any decent fashion, set up in any decent fashion before today. We also added some batteries to the battery stack, some solar cells to the solar stack, and so far so good. So what we're gonna do now is finish waiting for the rocket silo technology and set up the. Oh, we also set the bullets, the red bullets production, because that's also necessary on top of the walls for the military science packs production. The last thing we require are grenades. Grenades are made with coal and steel, so this is the natural location for its factory. Let's set that up because it's already running behind its partners. Coal and steel. Yeah, something like this. And let's give it fast inserters. You do grenades. And you will never ever stop doing grenades. As if grenades was everything that mattered. The only thing that mattered. Yeah, just like that. You know what to do. And let's give it a box. You know, for the future. In reality, this would be a passive provider box or an active provider box. Up to you. So, passive provider chest. There you go. We're gonna get grenades. I should perhaps do more than one. Can I fit another here? Yeah, 2 should be enough. Yeah, and fast inserters too. Extractor can be simple. There we go. Yeah, something like this. Those take a while to produce, so extractor can be a single simple inserter. There we go. So now I have set up the 3 base elements for the military science packs. I don't think I'm gonna create a path for these items. I think I'm just gonna like stack them up and manually pull them on the box and then let it process on some factory. Then we will use drones. So that takes care of the gray production, which we're gonna get up somewhere to 150 so that we can actually start using the laser turrets as soon as we are done with those 150. And the way it would look like would be like, I don't know, something like this. 3. Yeah, like this. So let's say we have a storage chest and a passive provider chest. And we go from the storage to this. And we set up the great production like this. And then we give it an output box Not power. So let's say in a common run, we would go for walls. We would come for bullets. And finally, we would pick up some grenades. And with all these toys, we would come here and place them on the box. Grenades is the latest one. So how many does it use? One grenade. Okay, we'll get there. So that into walls. So right now our limit's gonna be grenades. Then it's gonna be walls, 500. Okay. Let's see how these two do over time, and we will decide if we have to do differently. So that'll take care of granting us turrets. And the rocket silo is still researching well, but I'm still gonna carry some blue potions to the box and some red potions too. Very few items on the feeding bar. That is very strange. I'll have to check that. So we have process 377, which we're going to place in the red bar for a total of 879. Green is up there 1500. And here with the ones I'm carrying, we are in 653. I guess I'm stopping second green for a little while so that others can catch up. Okay. Now, why do you think there's so few elements on this feeding band? Shouldn't we have some sort of very high input yield? Ah, yeah, I remember now. We have to install the rest of the drills in the iron patch because we only set the first line. It's not being exploited like a copper patch. We have to get some iron. Do we need steel? I don't know. I don't think so. But we're gonna need efficiency modules. I ran more than what I needed. Save to cross. Okay. So now that I have this, let's do about 15 of this. Oh, we need even more. That should be enough. And let's go get some extra cards. I mean, 50 might not be enough. Let's go in car. Do I have fuel? Yeah, I do. Nice. What is this? Coal? Yeah. We made it. Okay, so we just need a lot more of this. We're gonna remove the existing power net because it will get in the way. So we do... let's remove the stone. So now let's install the drills. I knew that stone will get in the way. Okay, that's the first line. Let's add its pad. Oh, we are also gonna need pads. We're gonna do a different trick this time. So we still have to install some more drills. You lucky tower, you are on the right spot. I'm gonna need even more iron. Like 5 more trails and like a lot more roads. There we go. Now let's do our trails. How's our power graph looking like? Ah, so pretty. About 50% of our battery power is used every day. I mean every night. So let's install the roads. So the idea is you can save up a little bit by, well, not save up, this is an alternative way. You fill in both sides of the band. Yeah. So I need even more. Let's install the rails where those are built. Oh, that patch out there is gonna force us to do this. Let's make a couple more drills, although I think I only need one more. So that's that, that's that. This one goes here. Let's reinstall the power because we can restore ore production. And let's apply the last couple drills and the padding for them. We still need more bands. There we go. Now let's make sure they are all made efficient. 80% reduction on energy consumption and pollution generation. There we go. New phase for the steel industry. Oh, look at that. It's not even connected to anything. Yeah, there we go. So this should ensure that the line is fully fed. Perhaps we could speed it up like this. Like with the aims of just, you know, having some quick stockpiling of the resource over the slower band ahead. To ensure that like we got good insertions from behind and forth. So yeah, that way we push the line in, or the line is pushed in by the remaining material. And now this should be thick enough to satisfy the, I mean, over here is still not as strong as the fixed stream. But let's go ahead and see how the lights are behaving. Okay, rates up. That's 200 items. Let's go do something else and come back to check what's up with this. So our next goal, oh look at that, there's a couple things. Oh no, I know what they are. The orange warnings. We have two goals next. Waiting for the rocket silo to be able to create, send something to space. And to send something to space, we're gonna require a low density structure, rocket fuel, and blue processing units. And they're gonna be required in large amounts. So we better start the industry for that. Now, gonna stop these guys because they are good, but we cannot just like invest all those resources in those cards forever. And as you can see, something is wrong here because things ain't flowing, cards ain't flowing, machines ain't working. What is going on? We are severely lacking steel plates because we stopped the entire system for a while. But now we're gonna start seeing the plates flow back in as we restored production. And we did not only restore it, we made it much stronger. Let's go ahead and see now. You can tell that when we left, we had like 100 items in the band. Now we have 300 items in the band. And I believe the limit is 500. So we should be able to see the fourth one become lit soon. And when that happens, right afterwards, we should see this one actually stopping the flow. Not right afterwards, but soon after. Unless we never manage to add enough material to get to 500. I definitely think I want to add an additional splitter. Like here. Well, not an additional splitter. An additional like pusher to ensure that we are using the entire line. Oh, you see how it's now soaping? It's like holding these little patches because we are already hitting the 500 limit on the bend. Now let's look at that on the other side. This band is totally full, which is good because the idea is that it slows down here so the resources are kind of launched as to keep this line very thick. And because this is where we're interested in preserving the things to be handled for the ovens to process. You can tell how this copper passed and is now being processed by both sides. And there's indeed some copper that returns. Line is pretty clear because it no longer has fuel or stone in it. It's just copper and bronze. And well, I think that we have a very successful setup and that we could go for a higher number. Something like 100, let's say 300 and 500 and 700. And then we raise this to 700. Because as we saw, 500 were essentially being handled very well. And well, all this upper line was mostly empty. So I expect that filling it in is gonna like fulfill those 200 extra resources that were kind of missing. Now let's look at the colored lights. The one that it is currently sitting at is slightly over 500. And now when the last light lights up, this will stop. Like these two have the same conditional. Yep, that's it. Stopping, stopping. Okay, let's look at the flow. Very saturated. This is kind of like good by my appreciation because it is indeed being able to flow out. Very good, very neat. Okay, what's next? So we were going to take care of the production of rocket fuel. For that we need solid fuel and we need light oil. I see a lot of light oil stored in here, and I see a lot of light oil stored in here. Now the others are low, no heavy oil, a lot of petroleum gas here. On here we are done producing essentially. And on here, it seems that our block comes from light oil. So I guess I am gonna, I don't know. What if I connect all 4 recipients? Like, you know, so the container tanks on both sides can share resources, and I can like perhaps create the rocket fuel factory in some size. Since on the right hand there are trees, I'm gonna do this on the left hand, and that should be it. We're gonna require, I think we have enough pipes, but let's go ahead and do some more just in case. 16,000. And I do believe I'm gonna require, okay, from what I can see, the fuel creation has already topped and it is essentially stopped. So I guess we can totally, first of all, fill both rails, you know, to have more stored in the band. And second, make sure that one of these fuel destinations is the brand new light fuel factory. I've changed my mind. We'll set it on this side, you know, for ease of access. I do believe that I should try to integrate the flow of tanks from both sides, but we'll do that later. For now, we'll focus on getting this assembled on this side. So let's say the factory is very straightforward. You just set it up, select your fuel. Okay, of course, if you can like manage to click it properly, and then you just rotate it. And finally, you ensure that it's got access to the solid fuel, which is a requirement for the recipe. And that's it, something like this. Then you can add a couple more. And there we go. Now we just add the connectors and the factories themselves. We copy the settings and we add the cards for efficiency, and we add the little arms that will fill them with fuel. And finally, we power them up. There we go. Yeah, right. Now, since I am carrying too many of these, I'm just gonna load them in there. Awesome. So now we just have to take the output out of the thingies. And for now, we're just gonna put it in a box. Big box. Supplier box. That's that. That might not be fast enough, but let's see how it behaves over time. What we should see is that this will continue to deplete the petroleum gas, but this will deplete the light oil directly. Since petroleum gas is full, we'll see how these two behave over time. And if we have problems with liquid volumes, my guess or my next attempt was gonna like create a set of connectors down here and then send them all the way over here and connect them to this side of the factory. So I don't know, we have more complicated problems when we manage fluids later. It sounds like a lot of fun. Neat. Okay. So the other thing we require for the spaceship is a low density structure, which requires copper, steel plate, and plastic bars. That sounds as if it had to be built over here. So we have copper, steel plates, and plastic bars so close by, this would seem intentional. Of course it isn't. I can tell that we are already having a problem with steel. I guess that at some point I have to limit the amount of bullets I create, because it is essentially an endless steel dump. Now, what's next? I should bring more grenades into that box. Oh, we are so close to getting the rocket. That's amazing. This is gonna take some time. 200. 1. Okay, so what was I in? Yeah, the low density structure. And the other one was the processing unit, which requires sulfuric acid and both types of circuits. Sulfuric acid is not so hard to redo because we have the little sulfur crystals here. Might be easier to do that than to send it from all the way from here where we are doing batteries. And sending the cards down to the right could be done, I don't know, perhaps about this height. And like a splitter that goes all the way down here and here, but it seems like quite a bit of a trouble, and we have already sent the sulfur left. So I believe that we should perhaps extend this line, or only extend the sulfur that comes out of this line, and then get some steel plates from the main steel plate line. Yeah, like get sulfur and steel plates and plug them up around here, pass the plastic around it, and then we'll have everything for the blue chip production over here. Yeah, that sounds about right. And we have got the technology we wanted. Now we just have to carry the gray packs to the target, because laser turret is gonna take 150. And we barely got 76, which is kind of half the way through. I mean, not so bad. I believe that we have a problem with coal. We might be using too much of it on the grenades, which will affect our plastic production. I mean, this box only has 2,000 and it should have 4,000. So we'll look into the problem soon. I guess it simply has to do with not enough drills. Now, what was I in? Carry the pots to the box. And let's add this and let's add this. How many have we got? 606. More than that, 1004. 836. 208. That makes green and red almost on number. 1000 versus 1400 and 600. Okay, so I guess we can keep it like this for a little while. Let the laser turret start researching and hope the next 70 gray packs are ready for when this goes through. And now we are back to where we were. I believe that I have to increase the steel production before we can like continue doing something else. And from what I can see, that means strengthening the iron bar production as well, because we can see that too few are flowing through. I mean, I do see they are getting better, but I don't know how reliable that is. Perhaps I just need to be a bit more patient. Let's also limit the amount of batteries, because if we fill that box, that's going to be a lot of resources. Let's go ahead and see the smelters, how they look like, how are they behaving. Don't you love the air clear of smoke in the smelter area? I do. I know I do. Okay, everything seems alright here. Proper intake of resources. Not a lot of bronze saturation. The slow flow out that keeps the income band full. How does our steel bar production look? See here. We have consumed more than we have produced in this time period. We're checking into our previous assets resources. Assets that were generated previously in time. Here I must have been replacing the smelters. Okay, this is interesting. I mean, like, as of now, we seem to be kind of at our limit when it comes down to steel production in this structure. This is not something that actually scares us. We're just gonna take a new input feed from the same amount of input iron. As you can see here, we have this stopper actually like triggering again and again, which means that the input line is strong enough to sustain another source. So for that, we will just pull in another source from here, down here, and that will provide both the iron and the steel that we require to ensure that there is good production of light modules. So after we have decided where the resources come from, we will start building the pads. Yeah, like this. Yeah. You get filter because I don't really need the engines to go any further. No, not like that, like this. Yeah, awesome. So what if instead of running you all the way over there, I just I can obviously do left, right, and then do this. No, the other way around. Yeah, and then do this. And then do this. And then do this. Yeah, I mean, those engines are not going to be a problem. There we go. So now we have almost all that we require to do the blue chips. Now we're just missing the iron plates to be able to generate the acid along with the the jello thingy. There we go. How are the books doing? Okay, we have encroachment here. This one seems the one that I think is new. And that seems to be about it. These ones are within radar sight. I'm surprised they are not attacking. I guess not allowed contamination from that base. And that should be it. Okay. It seems pretty healthy to me. Now let's take a quick look at that cold thing. Yeah, I do want to fix the cold thing, and that's easy and fast to fix by just adding more drills. So I guess it's just a matter of doing something like this. If it's too much, we will reduce it, that's it. It gets all filtered out. Okay, that should be it. Now let's go back to where we were. Let's take a splitter out of the iron. And let's create a set of ovens up here that gives us both steel and iron. We're gonna need more than what we can produce on hand. It's quite some more bricks. Good thing we got a factory of bricks right here. So we will create quite a few ovens. Smelters. Yeah, I know. I don't know if I want just to saturate this line. I guess I do, but I have no hurry. So let's focus on what we do have to do. So my take is we can create, let's start over here and here. So these ones will output steel. Iron, and this one will output steel. How does that work? These ones drop upward towards a new band of furnaces, and the other one drops southward towards the base. I'm actually going to put an inserter from the thing that creates roads into a box so that I can have a few hundred of them at hand whenever I want to. We only have one that creates roads. Don't you love my aim? Yeah, like this is enough. And in the meantime, let's take the ones that he had already produced. How many inserters they've got? I don't need more inserters, so let's be careful and not take the inserters. Yeah, that's good enough. So, what were we in? We would create a line here. That will bring the steel plates from the furnaces. There we go. And this will feed the, I don't know, we'll see what does it feed, but it will give us extra steel. I'm sorry, iron. And the other lane is the one that is going to give us extra steel, with a very similar performance and functionality. I need more of those substations. Nice. Okay, so this is gonna take the steel output and it's gonna put it in the same band that we're gonna use to send the iron in. So we just need to add power and voila. There we go. Now, I don't know if this is going to be enough, but we're going to see how this improves the performance of the area when it comes down to what it requires steel on and what it requires iron on. Now, one last thing we require for the sulfuric acid for the blue chips is water. Where's water? Here's water. I guess we can just pull it through like this. I guess we can like cut this short and just turn it around here like this, and then we can let's install the chemical factory, and we pull the steel and iron down. And we put this thing right here, or right here. And we do this, and we do that. And we add, well, I guess I can push it one up to ensure it's the right height. And then I do the thing with the long inserters. I tell him what he's going to produce. No, you're not going to produce that. You're going to produce sulfuric acid, which is this one. And finally, we add water. Well, not finally, because we also need to add power. Neat. We are gonna remove, well, not sure removing anything yet. Let's just install this here. Yeah, and then we can remove these things. Goodbye, little posts. There we go. So, sulfuric acid is now in the menu. Not a good set to put it out there, right? Not a good way to put it out there. Okay, so we got sulfuric acid, plastic, red chips, white chips. Let's just do the blue chips now. Yeah, why not? Yeah, nah. Let's just do this. Why God? I sure hope my life never depends on my aim. So what was I in? Oh, I should have rotated them. And now efficiency chips, inserter, and extractor. We need a few more. And I like the substations. So we will do something like this, and we will do something. Oh, we need more of those transporter bands. Well, we set up power. There we go. And now the output band. For now, into a box, which should be a passive provider box for now. Awesome. So we got chips in a box, blue chips in a box. We've got. Do you use plastic? No, you didn't need the deadline, so we could actually stop this right here. Like here. And we can take the ones that are closer to the chips. That's that, and we can stop here. Awesome. Now we're short on green chips again. And I bet it has to do with lack of steel plates. I mean, bronze seems to be pretty well satisfied, as it should be. So I'm blaming steel, lack of steel. I'm sorry, iron. So what can we do? This lane that we are building with new iron plates has to be inserted somewhere around here. I guess we can run a lane from here to kind of run it straightish. Remove that wall and put the iron in here like this. Let's make some more roads. Let's take some more iron. So, yeah. And the idea would be kind of here. And this should have to go. I mean, no need to. Why do we even want the steel for? If I remove it and reinstall it right next to itself. Oh, I did something wrong and that did not come out as expected. There we go. Perfect. Now. Oh yeah, remember that I was like, oh, I have too little steel. I mean, I even cut the feet to this place. How mean is that from me? Yeah. I can see I'm out of steel. So, who is the steel consumer we want to feed? It's where? In the bullets? Yeah. But where else? I mean, on future things. Don't worry about that. So for now, what we're gonna care about is to take this here and to say output to the left band. This one. Yay. And that's that. There we go. Steel injection where it's needed. Oh no. Wrong lane, wrong lane. Stop everything. Stop. Damn. Okay, let's do this. Yeah, more like this. Thank you. So we got it solved. There we go. Now we have enough iron. Now, let's see how the copper cable reacts. I mean, like, what I should do is actually place these arms like here. And place the other arms. Oops. My God. There we go. Okay. Yeah, like this. Excellent. I feel better now. There we go. So I don't know if those 4 ship factories fully satisfied are good enough for our goals, but we'll give them a minute. And that should be it for now. Okay, so the last thing we require for going to space, now that we have blue chips and fuel for the Starship, is the light structure, which is the one that uses bronze and steel. Now here we have bronze, and there we have steel. And the third thing it requires is plastic, now that I think of it. Yeah, plastic is here. So I'm gonna take steel, iron, copper and plastic to the left hand somewhere around here, and we're gonna build the light frames over there. And this one is gonna filter to the right, steel. And it's gonna come and this one is gonna filter copper. No, like right hand, give me just copper. And you take what was mistakenly, no. Yes. And finally, plastic. I think I might have too much coal. Well, we'll take care of that when it becomes a problem. Now let's move the plastic where it has to be. I'm actually going to remove the stones. And as usual, we still need more transport belts. Okay. Yay! Ready for our light frame factory setup. There we go. So with these things we're building, we shall be able to actually launch our rocket into space. It's not just build the platform. The platform takes some resources that I think we already have. It's more about actually sending the rockets out. So let's do a few of this. Those take a bit of manufacturing time. So we will tell him like grab plastics and then grab copper and steel to do a light thingies, low density structure. Ensure you got chips on the things. Everything must be chipped, everything. And finally, take the output. A band and a box. Passive provider. There we go. How many should we have? If we fill the box, that's okay. So, look at that. We need to speed up the chain from the special bronze input towards the splitting, because now we're actually using copper elsewhere. Okay, I'll take care of that in a minute. And the next thing we have to do is to actually build the rocket silo. I'm not sure where we're gonna build it. We are gonna think about it right now. There we go. We might need more ovens. Furnaces, I know, I'm sorry. There we go. And 5 for now seems alright. In the thing is that we just invert the handle size. Like the one that intakes is the short one, and the one that outputs is the long one. What? Something like this? Yeah. And then the output. Do you have enough? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Chips? Oh, I'm missing chips. Let's go for chips. Oh, I stopped doing chips. Gotta start them again. Damn. That may be a problem. Because we have so few, but we need them. I guess it's a good thing they are before the other ones, because they are a priority. We cannot really grow the factory without them. It's not just the fact of, you know, the lower power production of solar against, I don't know, nuclear or solid fuels, but it's more about the pollution thing. I mean, we do aim to be low pollution. As you can see, we are like chipping into our power. So we will install more solar cells and we will start more batteries, and that should be good enough. What is stopping you? Red chips. Why are there no red chips coming? Because they are being used for science. We have to stop science for a while. We'll leave only one. And well, we'll see how to increase this chip production. Interesting. So we will do this and this and that. Even if we cannot chip them all at once, we'll chip the one we can. And let's go ahead and grow that power structure because it's already at its limit. Whoop, another empty extractor. Another 2 empty extractors. 3, 4. Yay. Gotta add those pads because they are not there. Yeah. Oh, look at that. They are also missing chips. Gotta do a lot of those. And let's go for... What were they? Not batteries. They are accumulators. Yay. Now, let's do only 50 at a time. Like solar cells, like solar panels. Now, let's see. We have to graph the smaller poles. I mean, I find it a little bit poetical justice. A bit of poetical justice in the fact that, you know, they ensure no more trees die. Where is the wood? I have it with me. Let's do the poles at once. Where are these smaller poles? I didn't take them. Didn't take them. Can't believe it. That's what I went there for. Now we are applying the solar panels. Okay, that looks good enough for me right now. How many panels did we have left? 6. We'll think where to apply them. I guess that in this empty area, we could like just add a couple more. And for now, let's go ahead and expand the battery section. This has been a very successful experiment, if you ask me. There we go. No, not iron poles. Substations. So we have increased the battery cluster size by 150 batteries. And we installed almost like 46 new solar panels. So we will see the new power graphics in short. Wow, there's still some space missing to auto 150. That's okay. So that takes care of that. Let's go for the green chips that we have made and apply them to anything we see is missing it. Like that subreptitious plant there. This is okay. This is okay. This is okay, okay. Oh, everything seems to have chips. Oh yeah, I remember the mines didn't have chips and the furnaces didn't have chips. Yeah, that's good enough. We just got one chip left, so that's good. This seems pretty full, as I would expect it to be. Let's bring in more grenades to the thing that does military research. And let's bring the military research to finish the laser turret. We have to take some wall and put it in there. We don't have that much. Oh yeah, 300 wall, that's quite a bit. Okay. So now let's go get that laser turret and then we build the rocket launcher platform. I think that I'm gonna wrap it up with these little adjustments, and next chapter we're gonna actually build the rocket platform. Yay! Here we go. Yeah. Thank you for watching, guys, and meet you on the next video.